Hi, hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm not sure if my mic's working, so give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. Because my screen hasn't done what it normally does. So hopefully it is coming through loud and clear. So happy Monday, everybody. Hope everybody has had a good weekend. Donna's saying all good. Cool. Yeah, normally my screen tells me, but it didn't. So I'm a little bit discombobulated. So yeah, I hope everybody's had a really good weekend and a good Monday. Yeah, I have been quite productive, as you can see. So yeah, so I thought today I would share with you what I have been sewing in the last week. So since we chatted last Monday, and share with you what my plans are for February. And I have a little bit of a confession too. But yeah, Donna's here, Sue is here and tells me everything is loud and clear. Here, I think it's Hagar. Let me know if I'm saying that right. Is here. Muriel is here from Florida. Brian's here, who I'm sure is going to love some of the fabric that I have made up in some of my bags. Dawn is here, who I'm really excited to share with one of the bags that I have made. 9 a.m. there in British Columbia, Canada. Huge dump of snow overnight. And Hagar says I have pronounced the name right. That's unusual for me because I don't normally pronounce people's names right. But yeah, it's been a bit warmer here than normal. So yeah, we've been forecast to have some sort of not great weather, but yeah, it hasn't been too bad. But I'm very pleased that we haven't had snow. But yes, as you can see, I have been quite productive. I'll share the first two that if you've followed along on my sew alongs last week, you will have seen. So the first one on Tuesday was the Acacia, which was made up with the chicken fabric. I hadn't made this bag before, so it was a first for me, which, I'm not sure that was a good thing to do it live, but, hey ho, but it turned out really well. I actually really like this bag. I'm not normally one for small bags, but a lot of what I've been sewing lately has been smaller bags with, doing free patterns over January. A lot of the free patterns are smaller, but actually I really like this one. It went together really well. I did change up the strap connectors like I did with the dolly the previous week, and it worked really well. I did add in some extra decafill that if you followed along on this sew along, you will have seen. I have put a link, so if you didn't watch it and you want to go and watch the replay, please do. But I did add in some extra decafill, and I think I'm a little bit happier with the finish on the gusset of this one than I was on the dolly. I think it's just that little bit more sturdy, but I love how the strap connector is on this. But yeah, so quite a fun make with the chicken fabric. I have the slip pocket in. Unusual for me, I didn't do an accent zipper pocket, but yeah, I love how it came out. Obviously brass hardware, which is usual for me. I am partial to some brass hardware. So normally the pattern would be for foam, but I used decafill and fleece, and I'm really pleased with the structure of this bag. Mary's here and says, hello all, I don't often make it to the lives. Hi Mary. Brian's saying love it, and it's a great pattern. I love that you're making these bags. Yeah, I really enjoyed kind of delving into the free bags over January. was kind of like a bit of a back to basics month for me, especially with doing lives. You know, I've always kind of sewn, recorded it, and then edited it. That was difficult to say. But I really want to get out of my comfort zone this year, and being quite time poor, I'm really focusing on just doing live on the channel. And yeah, I just thought it was a great way to kind of do that. So in January, I kind of just focused on free patterns, back to basics, and I tried to go live twice a week, which is what I did. And I'm really pleased that I did it. And I did really enjoy this pattern. I hadn't made it before. I hadn't made it before, and I changed it up and I did it live, and it went really well. So yes, and I'm really pleased with how this one came out. And then I finished the month of lives and free bag patterns with the sunshine. I mean, it had to be done. And I love how this one came out. It's not a me bag because it's pink, and pink is not me, but I love how it came out. It is made with a bright pink faux leather, which I bought probably about a year ago to make my daughter a bag, and this was what was left over. So I thought, I'm going to use this up, paired it with this cotton, which I think is from Fabric Heaven. And yeah, if you want to go and watch the replay of the live sew along, I kind of show you how I use the Decaville out of the seam allowances in this to give it structure, because again, I don't use foam. Donna says, has your daughter claimed it yet? I haven't shown her. So when I see her next, I'll show her. The only thing that I think I would change up on this, because quite often when I make this bag, I'll quite often make it all in faux leather, like even the middle panel, or I'll make it like with a wool blend. As you'll see with the other bags I've made this weekend, I made 2 bags this weekend, is I quite often will make bags with like wool blends or quite heavy fabrics in the middle. And I think I would have used some fleece as well, just in this center panel, just to give it a bit more structure. But that was a lesson that I've learned from, you know, making this bag up again. But usually I do quite often make it with faux leather in the middle as well. But I made my signature accent zipper panel, and I also made a slip pocket with the accent on the top. I did it with hidden connectors. Sophie says you're not making homemade biscuits. No, I don't know who started that rumor. I don't cook, to be fair. And yes, so this was not a me bag, but I'm really pleased that I did make it, because I'm so pleased with how it came out. I'm not usually one for rainbow hardware. That's because I've been looking on the Rainbow Fabric website, so I've got Rainbow Fabric on my mind. But yeah, I'm not normally one for rainbow hardware, but I just think it really finishes this bag off. I use like a rainbow thread, so it just all ties in so well. Mary's saying, is that the Bagstock Sunshine? It absolutely is, yeah. So I just thought it was a perfect way to sort of end the month of free patterns, because it was sort of one of the first bags, like pop-up bags, that I made when I first started getting into bag making. So yeah, and I just love it. It's probably one of the bags that I've made the absolute most over sort of like my bag making journey, and it's probably the one that I've hacked the most as well. So yes, so I absolutely do love this bag, and if my daughter doesn't claim it, I might even wear a pink bag myself, but she might claim it. So yes, so I'll show you the big bag next. So the big bag is a Trailblazer, and this is what's been made in the Bag Makers Club. So for those of you that don't know, the club is the paid part of what I do. So it's what used to be my Patreon channel, but I moved away from Patreon for various reasons. And the club is kind of, we do weekly sew-alongs. We really delve into a pattern and break it down like week on week. So we break it up into sort of like 4 different weeks. And then we do masterclasses and online socials and different things as well. So this was the bag pattern that we were following this month. It was a beast. It was an absolute beast. And it's more chicken fabric. Just for you, Brian. But yeah, so I changed it up and added rolled handles as well. So that was the masterclass that we did last month. This month is going to be on top stitching. So yeah, so I added quilting to the side pockets and the base of the bag. It's got a pocket in the front, and I made this one as just a normal pocket, where on my Trailblazer that I made out of my Bag Makers, my advent box, I made it as a luggage slip. So I left this bit open so that it could go over a suitcase. So yeah, so this was a mammoth task, but yes, it all came together like really well, and I'm so pleased with how it came together. The vinyl was Abercorn. It's what I got when me and Andy went to Wales. Beautiful to work with, and the chicken fabric is Rainbow Fabrics. Absolutely amazing service from Rainbow Fabrics. I was a little bit short, hence why I ended up getting another bag out of the chicken fabric. And yeah, I rang them up, said I desperately need some more fabric and I need it quite quick because it's time sensitive. If you can help me, I'd really appreciate it. Got it the next day. Absolutely amazing. Dawn saying Trailblazers are a lot of work. They are, especially when you're adding in rolled handles and trying to turn it through with a broken finger. And Sue says, finally got my pattern and I'm going to make it. Lynn says, I'm trying to finish my Trailblazer, but having trouble with the zip at the zip end. Can you show it close up? So this bit here, so where I still haven't trimmed mine down, I need to go and trim it down as well because I've left it too long. The secret is to, when you are putting it on, is where you mark it, you need to taper it by 1/4 inch. But drop us a message, Lynn, if it's that end that you're struggling with, and I can talk you through it. Don't worry. Brian saying, I made these bags when I first started as well, but thought I'd outgrew them. Thanks for inspiring me to give them another go with the skills I've acquired since. Yeah, I think that's one of the things I really love about some of the free bag patterns as well, like the Ethel that I made a couple of weeks ago. Like, if you take that bag pattern and you can add piping in or embroidery designs onto the front of it, and you can really elevate what is essentially quite a basic bag pattern, and you can add so many things. You could you can add a zipper accent piece on and add a zipper pocket into the front. You can really make it your own. Donna saying the club is amazing. I've learned so much. Thank you, Donna. Mandy's saying, I've not ventured into bags yet, but I will be. So much to learn. Yeah, just free patterns. Download yourself some free patterns, especially things like the Ethel, where it doesn't take a lot of hardware. You know, they're quite, you know, you can make them in cotton with some interfacing and go from there. And then the skills that you learn in them transfer into other bags as you go. So yeah, but yeah, send me a message, Lynn, about the zip where you are, and if needs be, we can jump onto Zoom and talk it through. So over the weekend, I decided I wanted to make another dolly, and I wanted to make it at 150%, and that's what I did. And oh my word, I absolutely love it. In one of the other lives, I think it was last week, when me and Dawn were sort of in the chat and we were talking about it being at 150%, I was like, I've got to make it at 150%. And I love it. I did the same. I haven't sort of pushed out all my seams yet. I literally finished it at sort of about 11:30 last night. I was making this one and this one at the same time, which I don't recommend. Don't do like Deb, do one at a time. But I did the same with my strap connector. Absolutely love this way of doing it. I did the pocket on the back, and I just absolutely love how it's come out. So this is where my little bit of a confession. I've got 2 confessions to make. So I'm supposed to be on a bit of a ban. I am destashing. I'm going to talk about destashing next week. So I am going through sort of my fabrics and sort of donating or selling fabrics that I'm no longer in love with. But I didn't have any grey vinyl left. And obviously, when you're filming, you have to use fabrics that show up well on camera. And I didn't have any grey, I didn't have any brown. So myself and Grumpy tootled off to South Shields on Saturday morning, and I went to the market because Emmanuel's go to South Shields market and bring fabrics with them. Now, they don't always have a huge selection of vinyls with them. They didn't on Saturday. So I literally managed to get a grey and a brown. And then I spied this wool. Now, I don't need any wool. I don't, because I've got loads, but I spied it and I fell in love with it. And it was £2 a metre. And I was like, you've got to buy it, Deb. Like, you'll go home and you'll be devastated if you don't buy for £2 a metre. It wasn't very wide, but I just absolutely loved it. And I'm so pleased that I did buy it. I have already made 2 bags out of it, and I pretty much used up all my grey, so I should have bought another metre, but never mind. But yeah, this grey vinyl that I bought there was absolutely beautiful to work with. So if I go again in a couple of weeks and I've still got the roll there, I will buy some more, because it's really nice and soft. It's a nice weight. But yeah, the dolly at 150% is the bomb. It is just, I just love it. Like, I could see me literally making one of these like every month in different fabrics, in different colours, with different hardware. I added in a zipper pocket on the inside, and I just used the same measurements for the zipper pocket in this as this bag, which I'm going to come to in a minute, and it's another confession. But yeah, I'm going to drop you a message about it, Dawn, because there was a couple of things that I figured out. So I'll message you about it so that you don't have to figure them out. But yeah, I just love it. I used Decaville out of the seam allowances and then fusible fleece over the top. So I didn't use foam because, like we all know, I don't like foam. It's not my preference. I prefer to use Decaville and then fleece because it gives the same structure, and I just prefer it to foam. I don't know why I have an aversion to foam. I just don't like using it. But yeah, brass hardware because I love brass. It's my go-to. And yeah, I don't want to sell this or give it to anybody. Like, I want this to be my bag, and I don't need another bag, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I love it. So yes, so I would highly recommend making this at 150%. Brian says, at that size, it appears it would accommodate a twist or a flip lock. Yeah, it probably would. I'd put probably a bit more Decaville in than what I did, just to give it more structure. But yeah, it would work really, really well. Donna's saying, is it easy to make it bigger? I'm interested in trying it. It is. It's very, very simple. But I'll help you with that, Donna. Like, absolutely no problem. Mary's saying, I'll have to try Decaville and fleece because I don't get good results with foam. Yeah, it's just a personal preference for me. I know lots of people prefer working with foam than Decaville, and I think it's just whatever you prefer, go with whatever you prefer. It's much more time consuming to cut out the Decaville, like fuse the Decaville, fuse the fleece. It took me ages to cut it out, you know, fuse it, but it's just, I prefer the finished look. So then my next bag in exactly the same fabrics, and this is my other confession, is I caved and I bought the penny. So I wasn't supposed to be buying any patterns until the 15th of February. And you might be asking why the 15th of February. That's basically when Andy gets paid next. So yeah, for anybody who doesn't know the story, Andy's had a couple of job changes in the last couple of months, and basically had sort of 6 weeks where he was waiting to start another job, and basically his last pay was the 27th of November. So it's like, right, Deb, no more patterns, because you don't need any more patterns until we've been paid again. And I caved. It was Saturday, we were sitting chatting, and I was talking about it, and I basically just talked myself into buying it. So I basically got home on Saturday afternoon, bought it, printed it out, and made it on Sunday. And I think it's the first time that I've ever bought a pattern, printed it out, and made it as quickly as what I have, and with fabric that I'd literally bought in the previous 24 hours as well. So but I absolutely love it. Obviously, you know, we all know how much of a fan I am of Leanne's patterns. So it's a penny by Woodland Stitches. If I haven't linked it in the description down below, I will. I think I might not have, so I'll go in and put a link in the description down below. But this is the wider version, and I just absolutely love it. I think all of the fabric is Emmanuel's, because the vinyl's Emmanuel's, the wool is Emmanuel's, and this sort of canvas, it's can't think of the name, William Morris canvas. I got this months and months ago. So yeah, that's all from Emmanuel's, and then obviously all the hardware interface and everything is from my website. So yeah, so I literally made this yesterday as well. Like I say, made them both pretty much at the same time, and I loved it. I so enjoyed making it. It came together really, really quickly, and I can definitely see more of these in my future as well. I do have Leanne's permission to make up her patterns on my channel, but I'm just going to double check that she is okay for me to make this one, with it being her most recent pattern. And if it's okay with her, I will do that. I will do this one this month, because it's fab. It comes together so quickly. Like, it looks as if it would take much longer than it did, and it literally took me longer to cut out an interface than it did to sew it together. Lynn saying, you'll need it one day, Deb, when your other is a bit worn. Yeah, but I'll have made another 10 by then. Lynn saying, love the look of the penny. It's on my list for this week. I can't wait. I really, really enjoyed making it. Donna saying, I bought a couple of patterns last night as well. I mean, we're just encourageable, aren't we? Sue saying, I'm definitely on a fabric and pattern ban after commissioning a bag. Yeah. So, well, I mean, I didn't do too bad. I literally bought 2 bits of vinyl and a £2 bit of wool in one pattern. And I've used up two of the pieces of fabric and the pattern already. So, you know, I'm quite pleased with the fact that I have sort of, you know, utilized the vast majority of what I've purchased already. But I'll talk about how my D-stash is going next week, because I'm kind of plodding through with that. So my plans for February are, I'm kind of going to move into doing 1 live a week. I kind of really pushed myself in January to do 2 a week, which I think is easier when you're kind of doing smaller patterns. So I'm going to move to doing 1 a week, and I've kind of sussed out that a Thursday is the better day for me work-wise. It's kind of the day where I have less going on. So lives will most likely be a Thursday, but keep an eye on the page. I will try to remember to sort of put something up on like the community tab, or to put an event up in the Facebook group to like kind of let people know when it's going to be going up. And my plan is for Passionflower, with the bag makers box material, a Vicky May, a Tribbiani traveller, which I think will be this week's bag, and hopefully a penny. Like I say, Leanne has previously given me permission to do any of her bags, but I do just want to double check with this being her latest one. I don't know whether she wants to have, you know, a period of time where there's only her video up or what have you. I do just want to run it past her. Mandy saying, I got vinyl on Vinted for £2 plus postage, so I stuff it up. It doesn't matter. Exactly. Janet's here. Hello. Sue saying, I've got plenty of fabric and patterns to keep me going, although I'm ready to throw my machine out of the window. Had to make a few adjustments on the Moxima bag. Yeah, it's really frustrating when your machine's just not playing ball at all. Yeah, very, very, very frustrating. Me and Jill fall out quite often, which is why she's usually sitting in the corner. And I don't often sew on her. So yes, I think it's be the Tribbiani traveller on Thursday. I've made that bag quite a few times now, and I have made quite a few adjustments to how I make it. So yes, I think I am going to sort of put in some of the adjustments that I make. So it isn't going, we all know I don't follow hands, which is why I don't really like calling what I do tutorials. And I don't really like doing sort of videos for designers, because I don't follow patterns. I do like to mix it up. So yeah, I do sort of change things up quite a bit and do my own thing. So I'll kind of show you the kind of hacks that I've done at the Tribbiani that I've found work for me. So Mary's saying I somehow bought the Tribbiani patterns twice, so I really do have to make it. Yeah, I love the Tribbiani. Like I'm going to make the medium, which is still quite a big bag, but I do have the large as well, and it is huge and it's an amazing bag. I have a set of 3 which I made as a matching luggage set, and I think it's probably one of the things that I'm most proud of. Like I absolutely love it. And it's one of those things that if you look at the pattern, you maybe like, and then I look at the set that I made, you don't envisage like them coming out of that pattern. It's one of those that again you can really make your own. It's a really good base pattern that you can really add to it. Sophie's saying I'm going fabric shopping on Friday. Sue's saying it's a bag for me so I can put up with the little mistakes. Yeah, exactly. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know. I also try not to sew when I have a lot on your mind. So I think it's going to be easy pouches and bags this week. Yeah, definitely. Dawn saying I haven't made the Tribbiani yet. Oh, Dawn, you have to make it. It's one of those bags that it looks more like more in depth than what it actually is, and it comes together really quite quickly. But it's the base that I put in differently, because I just do. It's me we're talking about. So yeah, so Tribbiani on Thursday, I have the podcast on Wednesday where I've got Emma from Studio 77 again. So Emma was on a little while ago, so you can go back and watch her first episode where obviously we talk about how she got into bag making and her amazing experience in like costume design and working on like Star Wars and all sorts. But I thought it'd be really fun to have Emma on again and talk about all the exciting things that she's got coming up. Obviously the amazing advent box that she's just had out as well. So yeah, so if you're free on Wednesday 8 o'clock, come and join me and Emma. As you probably know, me and Emma are we are friends in real life. We just live at opposite parts of the UK, so we don't see each other. But yeah, me and Emma are friends in real life, so we do get on really well. So it will be a fun episode. And then Thursday I will have the Tribbiani Traveller sew along. So yeah, so it will be definite weekly sew alongs. If I have extra spare time during the week and I have bags cut out, I may do ad hoc ones as well, because one of my real goals this year is to really try and push my YouTube channel, really try and grow my subscriber count and my views and what have you. Obviously it is going really well, so thank you to everybody who does join me on the lives, who leaves me lovely comments. It does really mean the world. Tracy's saying I've just managed to find you on my iPad. Hi Tracy. So yeah, I do really appreciate all the love and support that people do show me. It's very, very much appreciated. Mandy saying will I be able to watch Thursday on catch up as we're away to Leeds Thursday to Sunday? Typical. Yeah, all everything that I do live you can watch on replay. It's just obviously the chat isn't available. You can see the chat, You just can't chat live, but you can comment, and then I can go back and put it, like, see the comments. But yes, you can watch the replay at any point, any of the lives that I do. Sue saying, I prefer the lives, seem more personable. Yeah, I just love the interaction. And I think it really does push me out of my comfort zone as well. And the YouTube algorithm seems to be really liking it. Dawn saying, we love you, Deb. Oh, love you too, Dawn. I need to message you, Dawn, about something as well. So I'll message you about the little things that I found for the 150% on the dolly, because I know that you're doing that in Brandy's membership. So I'll message you about that, but then I need to message you about something else as well. So I will do that when I come off here and go and sit and have my cup of tea. Lynn says, how do we leave a comment? Not massive that yet. That's just like when it's not live, and it's just, if you're watching it as a replay, it'll just be the comments box down below. But yeah, but you can watch it as a replay at any point. All counts for the YouTube views. Valerie says, I do like the lives and all the chat bag stuff. Yeah, me too. But yeah, I've had a lovely time chatting with you this Monday afternoon. I am going to try and sort of keep them to around about half an hour. We all know I don't always keep to half an hour. Like the podcast on Wednesday night, when I was like, I'll try and keep it to an hour, and me and Matt chatted for 2 hours, and we probably could have chatted for longer, which was really good fun. If you haven't watched Wednesday Just Gone's podcast with Matt, go and give it a watch. Like, he's absolutely amazing at what he does. Like the leather work, it's like the bag, the works of art, the absolute works of art. And he's so lovely, so lovely. He was so nervous to come on and chat on the podcast, and he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. So Pam saying, I've learned so much since joining the bag making group. I love it. So thanks, Deb. Oh, you're very welcome, Pam. Very welcome. So yeah, so Donna said it was brilliant last Wednesday. It was. I was on a proper high when I come off. It was such fun. But yeah, and I'm very much looking forward to chatting with Emma, because Emma's just so, yeah, I just love Emma's energy. Tracy saying, I will play back to catch the beginning of the chat. No worries, Tracy. Yeah, you should be able to, I do always usually click so that people can see the live chat in the replay. So yeah, so everybody enjoy the rest of your Monday. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've been making this week, and looking forward to what I've got planned for the rest of February. I probably will make other things. And yeah, and obviously failed in not buying fabric and patterns, but you know, didn't feel too badly. So I will see those of you in the club tomorrow night for the start of this month's Sew Along, and I will see everybody else on Wednesday or Thursday. So enjoy your week, and I will see you soon. Bye.